players that did well last season. Everyone's just getting knocked out, man, left and right.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So our first map is going to be Whirlwind. This should favor RorO, since it's a
I would say
freaking huge map.
But KeeN will have a plan. He'll have some way that he's like, I can maybe kill him with this.
Well, like we said, KeeN is the sellsword.
He's the sellsword, man. This guy is... If you need someone to fight for you in questionable areas of the world, he'll do it for the right price.
That's right, man. He'll do whatever it takes to win.
We call that a mercenary.
Yeah, but sellsword's a cooler word. All right, guys. Let's get ready for KeeN up against RorO here at the GSL Code S. In the upper right, we have our Terran player, very crafty. Can he beat his Zerg opponent, though? He is. And in the bottom left, we've got our Zerg player. He is so solid, so good. The only Zerg in this group, he is.
삼성칸 RorO.
All right. Can you do it, RorO? Can you knock out a Terran player here? That's a pretty quick pull right there.
I like it.
He's saying that he thinks that KeeN is going to
go
for
command center first.
Oh.
Say it with me now. 1, 2, 3, command center first. You did.
Oh, sorry. Do it one more time.
1, 2, 3, command
double proxy.
center
Oh,
first.
crap. I'm sorry. One more time. One more time.
No.
Is that a true gas? No, it's a double gas cancel. Okay.
He's gonna get ling speed faster. No, he would need 2 gases. All right.
So he's actually going barracks. So this is actually a good situation for KeeN. And
yeah, this is actually
gas?
This is.
Oh no, you know what? Is that? Wait, no, that's a pretty quick gas. I think
it is.
I'm fairly certain that the quick command center into factory gets the gas a little bit slower than that. I might be a little bit off though.
Well, this is actually really bad for.
Lately.
Well, of course, you had to prepare for that Code A match. I knew guys secretly, or not Code A, the Code B. I secretly knew that Artosis was going to play in that, guys, but I kept it secret like a good friend.
Spying on me. Well, we have the Lings going out across.
Yeah. I can tell you guys right now, RorO's going to be thoroughly disappointed.
Yeah, he's going to be a little bit sad. But, you know, RorO's already tried this today against MKP.
Yeah.
We have a Queen on the way. This is 8 Lings total. He's going to get to a wall and not be able to do anything. The thing is, with the gas opening of KeeN, this plays so much more into KeeN's favor that this wasn't a hatchery first. Because normally those
RorO already did this today, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's doing it twice. He's like, these Terrans will never learn. I'm like, well, I mean, he's watching your game in the studio right now, you know, like, KeeN might have gone command center first, but he already watched this.
You know, he kills a Marine. That's
like,
about
all right,
it,
well, I'm in a bad situation.
He at least sees the factory.
At least I got these 4 Lings. Starts crying.
Well, good scouting here by KeeN. The one thing that really works in RorO's favor is knowing that there's reactor hellings, like really quick ones. So the economy of KeeN is not as good as it could have been in this situation. Another Queen on the way already. Oh, I'm sorry, Slowlings. The Marine is, of course, still there. The Marine is just back at the mineral line or something? Oh, that's what he's trying to do. Okay, I get it. I should know that. I used to try to do that. Well,
that's sneaky.
Yeah, he's,
he
he's
can
really
keep
stalling
doing this.
Yeah, he can do it all day. KeeN should just start 2 Marines.
That's sneaky.
Yeah, he got it, though. That slowed down the Hellion production quite a bit.
It did.
So that's a nice move.
I am, like, very impressed with RorO today.
Yeah, he's very impressive.
Yeah.
He's got his RorO peacock feathers out, Tasteless.
Oh, he's peacocking hard.
They are exactly the colors that Tasteless likes to see.
Yeah, they are.
He's like, oh my god, is that purple, pink, orange, and blue?
Yeah, my favorite colors.
Yeah.
Now, from here, KeeN's going to be delayed, like we said, with the Hellions. And this is a map obviously any map, it's important to have it covered in creep, but this map's so big, if you mess up the Zerg's creep, and they're stuck with only like a fifth of the map covered in creep, they're in bad shape. You want to have like, I mean, this is one of these maps where you have to have as much creep as humanly possible because it's so big, there's so many expansions that Zerg can get, but they have to cover.
Yeah, yeah, the creep spread is just so unbelievably important, no matter what unit composition you go for it, to be honest. But that might be part of the reason why he's opened with Reactor Hellion before the expansion. Oh my God.
Oh man,
Look at
this is
this.
bad. He can even hit with the drones. Look at that.
Yeah, well, he's actually not doing as much as he was hoping there. That actually went very poorly for KeeN.
Well, that was a
very poorly.
That was a train wreck, man. That was like, you can't actually do worse than that.
That had the potential to be awesome, but it absolutely was the exact opposite of awesome, Tasteless. You know, I was trying to say that going for these early Hellions, he's going to be able to slow down that creep spread quite a bit. But now he's only got 4 where he would have had 7 or 8 before. So it's going to be harder to slow the creep spread as much. And what advantage has he actually gained out of these Hellions? Not very much.
No, not very much at all, actually. Well, it's funny because, you know, sometimes we see games where the Hellions don't do a lot of damage. But this is a game where we saw the Hellions just completely get obliterated. And map control goes back to Zerg, so... Yeah.
Do you think that we might see a relentless push here, where you just go up to like
parade push,
8 Marines at a point? Yeah, parade push, like SC used to do, that type of style?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I feel like that could be a reasonable call. You know, it's a hard thing to stop. I mean, the map is long, but you know, he started his siege tank production very early, so it definitely could be something that you could do. And with the 3rd Command Center's economy's going to be sick.
Yeah, it's true. But with the 3rd Command Center out like that, I mean, he's going to have a lot of minerals, so he can make a lot of barracks and Marines.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if there's like a barracks explosion or he actually grabs 2 eBays and a starport.
I don't know, man. I hate TVZ on this map as a Terran. Like,
yeah.
It's like, ugh.
It can be frustrating.
Yeah, that
I'll
a lot
give that
more.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a Protoss flag on the watchtower?
Well, it would be a Terran flag since a Hellion has it, Tasteless.
Does a flag on the watchtower change?
No, I have no idea.
I mean, it's one of those things like I never actually looked at. That's a Protoss symbol
flag
on the flag.
Well, Whirlwind, I guess, is a map on a Protoss world. I'm surprised.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. You would think that this one would have been conquered by the Zerg by now. And they would get rid of that flag.
Yeah.
There'd be creep everywhere. I guess that's what the point of this game is for RorO, isn't it?
I guess so. Yeah. Oh, a flank again! Oh, could have been a little bit better. All right, gets 1.
Yeah. Well, it gets 1, another Hellion very, very low. These Hellions don't really have any map control at this point. Best they are is some scouting. We do have some mutas on the way right now for RorO. So it's very likely that he could go into Ling, Bane, Muta, like a huge amount that we've seen a lot recently, especially from MVP Zergs. And, you know, as long as he gets his creep spread out there, that's a super powerful way to play, especially on this map. You just swarm them, kill their army, and jump up to your hive.
I feel like this is one of these maps Terran's really not allowed to make mistakes. Like, I feel like KeeN's already made too many mistakes. Doesn't mean that he can't win or anything like that, but I just feel like, ooh, like if I...
No, I agree with you.
On paper, I'm like, I look at this and I'm like, wow, man, but you know, I mean, your cross spots on Whirlwind.
And he could, yeah, he could be in a better spot. And now he's going 3 bases. He's getting spread a little bit thin. So these mutas are actually going to be super effective.
Yeah, sure.
They don't even have to kill too much. Just forcing, killing some SCVs, forcing a decent amount of turrets. And the Marines are, I mean, they're going to stim and run up here, but they're losing health. This is, I really like RorO's position.
You know, one of the things you can do, you know that armory's got like 10 hit points on it?
Yeah,
like you can actually just hit the armory with the mutas. He's probably not going to cancel. He's going to send another SCV over there.
Just targeting out some SCVs.
It's a little sloppy there by RorO.
Yeah, a little bit of damage being taken there. And well, Baneling's speed is about to finish. RorO, interestingly enough, has been going for just 1 evolution chamber this whole time, which we don't see all that often, really. Like, you love to get up to 2-2 with your melee units, but he went melee attack and then right into carapace. So he's a little bit behind on that, and he hasn't really spent his money either. So I'm not sure what his plan is.
Creep spread could be a little bit better here from from RorO.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a little timing attack here, Taste, as the Link's coming in, trying to go after those siege tanks. He doesn't want the Banelings hit the siege tanks, but they're targeting it so well. That's a lot of siege tanks. And
Oh, he's going for the SCVs!
Oh!
Yeah! And
All
they're
right.
saved.
That was
Most of them are saved.
That was a really good hold. That was a super good hold. He got almost no SCVs. He lost a ton of Banelings. He lost... Did he lose all his mutas? No, he has 3 left, but 3 is an inconsequential number. Wow, that was a really great hold by KeeN. He's right back in it.
He targeted down those Banes, man.
Yeah, and he had his tanks spread in such a way that I think RorO underestimated what was there.
You know, if you know they're going to do that, the Baneling attack like that, it'd be smart to, like, hotkey each tank to a different button. And then as they're coming in there, like, click on the hotkey and then hit the Bane, and then click on the next hotkey, and click on a different Bane. You know?
You're a superhuman, absolutely.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's not like something that's actually going to be easy to pull off.
No,
it's like, you know, when you like hotkey your spine crawler during a rush, so you actually can tell it exactly what to attack.
Yeah, and some pro gamers in the past have done things like this. For instance, Nada used to grab right before a battle against Protoss his tanks into hotkeys of 3 to one-shot goons in StarCraft 1, which is...
Smuff used to do that when he played Terran 2. I was really impressed when I saw that. I'm like, oh god, I didn't even think about that at the time.
All Terrans, or many Terrans, attempted things like that. Like, I attempted to do things like that. It's very difficult to pull off correctly, though.
Yeah.
And we do have another group of duelists has, of course, been made, as we see here. He's going to try some additional harassment, but it's going to be hard to get up to a huge number. I don't think he's going to invest anymore, though. He's getting his 2-2, he's getting his infestation pit. This group of mutas, I feel, is more for cleaning up drops than anything else. He wasn't going for the mass mutalisk Ling Baneling style.
Right.
He'll still go mass Ling Baneling, but the mutas are just cleanup.
Well, we're getting close to these guys getting maxed out. The real question is, how exactly can KeeN effectively push across the biggest map, the most Zerg-favored map in the game, against RorO, who's very good. I mean, everything's up and operational in his base. This guy doesn't miss overlords. He doesn't skip on upgrades. He makes the right number of drones. So how is he going to traverse this landscape all the way to the bottom left?
It's a hard one. And, you know, I love how RorO is taking the top left as well. So he's spreading himself out, so it's going to be very hard for KeeN to really do anything unless he gets some amazingly good drops going. We have a lot of Banes on the way, a lot of Lings as well. Could see a gigantic sandwich going on KeeN's army in the center.
All right. We got a scan going on over here. He's pushing in the creep. He's being very cautious, which I like. And it does not look like RorO's actually at all interested in the counter.
Yeah.
I think KeeN set it up like he's like, all right, go ahead and try to counter me. I'm going to come in there and clean it up and then attack. But
you know
RorO's not fighting the bait.
Yeah. I want to point out something awesome that we always point out about Ryung. He's been sitting on the edge of the creep this whole time, which is a fantastic move to do. He's now moving on to it, but he's been extremely cautious this whole time, and in fact moving through the creep to another creepless area.
Yep.
Oh my god, here it comes. This is going to be brutal. Oh my god, this is bad.
This is like oh my god. Whoa, that got wiped out. That got wiped out, and there's a lot more Zerg still left around.
Dude, if I could impersonate the Zerg voice, that is where RorO just says, "We are the swarm." That is just...
Wow, that is a really good impersonation.
Yeah.
You sound just like...
I sound like...
You sound like Zerg. Like, whoa.
Yeah, right?
Like you just like transformed into a Zerg when you said it.
Well, here we go. The Banelings rolling up. The Siege Tank still plays reasonably well, but this definitely looks like it might be too much taste. Oh my...
Oh, man. I don't know, man. I think this is a pretty straightforward game. A few mistakes here so far by KeeN. Early game.
Yeah.
And then he pushed out and got hit from literally every possible angle at that part of the map.
Well, right now we have RorO on 5 bases, 82 drones, and in fact he's even going higher than that, up to 88. And when you have this many bases and that many drones, and you've killed that many Terran units, while getting your Ultra's Cavern, as well as your Greater Spire, and getting 3-3 for everything that matters, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, KeeN, you're going to have a very difficult time coming back here.
Well, he hasn't given up yet. I mean, he's aware, actually, of how dire the situation is, but he's going to try to push again. No, he's going to try to get a fourth again, excuse me.
Yeah.
I didn't see the command center blip for a second.
Yeah, he's starting Marauder production, and some of that is going to be, of course, for tanking damage, but he might also be expecting Ultras. But unfortunately for him, even though there's an Ultras cavern, oh, that's so nice. Even though there's an Ultras cavern, he's actually going for the Broodlords right now, which, you know, on this map, it's a little bit harder to use them, but with what's happened so far this game, not bad.
Look at those lings into that, man. That is a right click on that.
Yes.
that looks like.
That is a total right click on that.
That is a totes, man.
Yeah. You probably left click to grab those circuits.
See, RorO's so smart. The only way to take out these expansions is by drops here for KeeN, because you're not really supposed to push, for instance, the bottom right, although I guess he's going to do it anyways, which is weird.
Yeah.
So if you push bottom right, Zerg just counterattacks you and kills you.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so hard on this map, is the Terran essentially has to push to the bottom left always and kill the Zerg's heart.
Yeah, he cannot get himself too far out of position. It's very tough. And really, look at KeeN's play, the way he stays on the edge of the creep. He's playing very much like RorO. KeeN has improved so significantly over previous seasons. This season and last season, even though it looks like there's definitely a possibility he won't move on, still playing fantastically, showing why he's in Code S.
All right. Nice. I didn't even notice, actually, the Broodlings at first. He's got Broodlings all over the map. So even the parts where there's not creep, RorO pretty much knows what's going on.
Well, he's been doing a great job, actually, of cornering where the Zerg's army is. And
this is a nice preemptive burrow. He doesn't even know that the drones are actually there.
Yeah. Well, right
like,
now,
KeeN's
entire army is going to the bottom right.
This is not how you're supposed to do it, guys.
Well, this is a very dangerous move.
Yeah, this is leaving his main base wide open.
And now he's just leaving a small amount of units here. Probably wants to target that hatch down pretty quickly.
Exactly what I'm talking about, guys.
The rest of his units are running home. Can he get there in time to actually do something? Yeah, he can.
Oh, looks like he's fine. That was risky business.
Damn, man.
I know,
is
right?
Playing positionally a beautiful game right now.
Yeah.
He's, you know, he really is. He's moving his units around in all the right locations. He's leaving just the right amount and running home just in time to stop any counterattacks. And all of that was based on the lure he did of stimming those Marines into that extra base. And he knew those weren't really going to do anything, but it lured the army in the right direction. So, you know, this is, well, it's kind of crazy. And he's playing against someone that's going Broodlord to Ultra right now. So we have 5 Broods and 3 Ultras. It's so funny to see compositions like that.
All right.
Watch out, it's a fabled siege tank drop.
Yeah. To harken back to StarCraft 1, when people tried to do that against Protoss. I'm like, thank you for sending me 2 free tanks.
Listen, that was losses for a week and a half. Well, you know, that drop that we just saw there, that was KeeN's impression of the Immortal drop. He's actually freeing up supply. Like at the end of the game against Zerg, oftentimes you'll drop your Immortals to like snipe a building or something.
Yeah, to get the Greater Spire.
Because you need to get rid of that 8 supply, because you need that for something else. In this case, it was 6 supply, but you get my meaning. He wants more Broods, more Ultras, more of the good stuff. Or, well, no, that's what RorO wants, but KeeN wants more of the specialty stuff that he needs.
Well, he's hitting. It's going to connect, actually.
Yeah,
I was positive that wasn't.
Yeah, they got stuck there for a moment.
He's doing a pretty good job for it now on 4 bases. RorO has not been able to get a 5th base really operational. That top left one keeps getting denied, like it's going to occur right now. All right, now is KeeN's moment. He says, I'm going to push. It's time to exterminate RorO from Whirlwind.
We'll see if he's able to do it, Tasteless. Because RorO is one of those cockroach-type Zergs. It's very hard to kill.
He is. Well, he's pushing out. He's got a pretty solid army. Zerg doesn't seem to be able to go around this. He's pushing in. I mean, I think he's got to engage him head on.
Oh, I don't know. KeeN actually wants to hit that army
I think he needs to avoid the Broodlords.
Yeah, he's got a good amount of Vikings, and oh my god, this is the spot for KeeN right here. This is beautiful for him. The Infestor's way out of position, and his Vikings kill off a lot of these Broods, do a great job.
Yeah, actually a fantastic job. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. I think that there's just too much Zerg here.
The beginning of that engagement was
that was money. He zoned out the Infestors, but the army was just too strong. RorO's expanding everywhere off the back of that attack.
Yeah, and he should. He killed off a huge chunk of army. You know, if he overextended a little bit there, KeeN did, because the beginning of that engagement was amazing. If he had somehow known exactly how that was going to go and pulled back the rest of his army while his Vikings picked off Broodlords, he would be in a much better spot right now.
Oh, not canceled on that expansion. Excuse me. Well, I think this could be a killing blow. I mean, RorO is just going to come up here to the 4th base.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty hard to hold, but, you know, planetaries always do help out against this. They draw the broodlings away oftentimes. Kill them quite quickly as well. That's a hard engagement area right there.
Yeah, that's really tough to get around. Yeah, the orbital actually gets in the way of the army coming down here and trying to help. Oh, nice fungal.
Yeah, that's a very good fungal indeed, and some more good fungals going down.
Nice, he's using the, well, hold on. He's still gnawing away at that planetary. Now, he's killed off most of what's underneath the Broodlords.
And he's actually going to get these Corruptors, and once he gets it, what? He's going to actually kill all the Broodlords.
Are you serious? Wow. Well, that was not supposed to happen.
The overcommittal by RorO.
He kept the planetary alive as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and in fact, he kept both orbitals alive. So he's going to kill these off, but there's a huge tech switch back into Ultras. The thing that worries me a bit is he lost a lot of his infestors there. That was a huge amount of value he lost.
This is probably the map that Broodlords are the weakest on.
That's true, yeah.
You cannot retreat with them.
The Ultras are a bit better here.
Yeah.
That's for certain. So, I mean, it's a good tech switch, but KeeN is onto it. He's actually going back into Marauders right now. He does have 10 Vikings. Don't land those, KeeN. Don't
do what that Viking did in the heart of the Swarm trailer.
Yeah. Don't do what we see way too many people do, which is land unupgraded Vikings in this part of the game. They're like, well, every hit point counts.
Everything in the air is dead.
They aren't
like,
gonna
no,
make a
man,
difference.
you just lost 16 Vikings. Yeah. You have to start over again.
God, when you land Vikings against me in any matchup, man, like, I will just...
it's so rare to actually want to land Vikings. Like, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should.
Yes. But I think KeeN knows that. I don't think he's going to land these Vikings. They're more useful doing anything else. So, you know, this game is actually, I mean, this is a pretty sick game, but RorO just keeps on taking the map, and his economy just continues to be better than KeeN. So we'll see if KeeN can do something about that. We do have RorO moving up here. This planetary not going to live this time. Absolutely not.
Oh my God!
Oh, good
completely obliterated.
You know what? That brings him down to 11 SCVs.
Oh, I had no idea it was that
low.
Wow.
He was pretty low before, but that was a huge moment.
Uh-oh. This might not kill him, but I mean, essentially, KeeN's finished.
Well, he's, you know, with only Ultras left, he does have to run away. He has quite a few fungals here. There you go. Very good fungals on that very hurt army. But KeeN just doesn't have an economy at this point. He just has that top middle base with 11 SCVs, and they aren't even over there. So KeeN right now, as far as income tab goes, he's mining 60 minerals per minute. Every minute he can make a Marine.
If this was a car, he'd be going pretty fast.
Yes.
No.
60 minerals per minute is really fast.
It's pretty
guys.
fast, man. Only for vehicles.
Yeah. Well, that SCV is technically a vehicle, right?
No, there you go. Yeah. Is it? Is it really a vehicle? I think it's a
But
suit.
they do gather that much, so 60 minerals per minute. Well, there's the landed Vikings, but it didn't matter this time, guys, because he was already dead, so you may as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah. His entire army is now gone. Ouch.
Wrecking these tanks.
Fur's army gone as well, but these
There's really not much else to say here, guys. We're watching, like we said before, we're watching the lion eat the gazelle right now.
You know, it's
the
funny
hunt is
because KeeN came pretty darn close, because right now RorO is barely mining as well. The income of both these players is so unbelievably low. RorO's mining at less than 1 full base capacity, and KeeN is not mining. So this was pretty tooth and nail.
All right. Well,
and now KeeN is mining at 4 bases capacity.
There you go. What's his income now? Let me see here.
This keyboard's messed up. There it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, who changed the keys on his keyboard? I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, I swear to God, I know how to type. No, actually, who did change all the keys on his keyboard? Did you do that?
No, I didn't do that. It's really weird.
That's weird. Somebody came here and moved the keys around on our preview screen keyboard. It's like,
I think it's the ghost that haunts the studio trying to give us a
yeah,
message.
that pro gamer, that old one that's been dead for 30 years. Could be. They buried him under the booth.
Well, this is floor 2, so that's kind of gross.
Which means the ghost is on floor 1.
Yeah.
But the exit of the building is on floor 1.
Here we go, Tasteless. Is he going to fungal or is he going to infest a Terran?
I go fungal. Actually, I'm going Pescatarian because he can gun down the orbital.
Yeah, I think infest a Terran.
Yeah, I
He
think
needs to do it now.
All right.
Well,
And we're
I mean,
waiting.
I'm trying to figure out, looking at the map, no, there's 2 minutes mining going on for RorO. KeeN has no chance. But RorO is this player that is not going to do it until it's time.
Wow, we were wrong. Well,
Sick. Wow, Mules lived through that.
yeah. I was about to say, I guess we're going to find out how many fungals you need to kill a mule. Wow, 1 HP left. All right. Well,
Right now, RorO's just making a big enough army to go kill KeeN.
yeah,
And KeeN
he'll
doesn't
be
want to
done in
lose,
a minute.
so he's not leaving.
KeeN's playing his little heart out.
His little heart.
His little heart.
Tiny itty bitty heart.
It's not funny. He's got a small heart. It's a medical condition.
Yeah.
All right. Gearing up. Drop over here. Not really important because, yeah. And then he's going to drop again.
Yeah, not really
Just
going
trying to buy time before. Nope, this guy's dead.
And that's it.
There's GG. Okay.
All right.
Got a little drug out there at the end, excuse me.
Yeah, well, you know, you got to keep trying. He's killed so many bases and played such a good game that I think he probably wasn't quite aware of where he stood in comparison to RorO.
Well, you know, it's easy for us when we get to see everything. You can look at the production tabs and see their minerals and supplies. Where for them, you know, for these, you know, for somebody like KeeN, he wasn't able to get outside of his base that much, and definitely was able to see how many expansions the Zerg had. So it's hard for him to know. RorO playing conservatively is just waiting for KeeN to push out so he can swell up the army. Well, you do that 2 or 3 times, and the Terran's lost. That's it.
Yes, so true. Well, KeeN, again, showed a lot of great later game skill. His opening actually got him a little bit behind, as funny as that is, because RorO did open with that really failed 10 pool. But KeeN messing up with those Hellions, and then just everything kind of going wrong for a little bit. A very good game, though. Very back and forth.
All right, our map that KeeN has chosen is going to be Daybreak. Now, one thing that's going well for KeeN, oddly enough, is the Whirlwind's out of the way.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like we started out on Cloud Kingdom and KeeN lost, and then he's thinking, oh my god, even if I win this match, I'm probably going to go on the Whirlwind. So that's one. I mean, it's kind of a weird spin on it, but it's true.
Do you think KeeN takes this one?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think he goes to Proxy Rex?
Maybe. I wouldn't put it past KeeN. I feel like KeeN and MVP are the 2 guys that are really completely fine. Marine King too.
Yeah, Marine King likes his Proxy Rexes.
Yeah.
I can vouch for that.
All right, well, we'll see. So remember, guys, the winner between these 2 that winner goes on to the round of 16. The loser is out of the GSL Code S. And in the upper right, we have our Terran player, very tenacious. But will that matter here? Is he going to be good enough to take out his opponent? He is.
MVPKeeN.
Who's this guy?
That guy over there, the Zerg? Well,
No, the other guy, the Red Terran.
oh, okay, sorry.
you're saying-
In the bottom left, we have... He is...
삼성칸 RorO.
And he is 10 pooling once again. It's all about those 10 pools, Tasteless. Kind of interesting.
That's I was gonna say that's huh. The thing is, KeeN doesn't really command center first.
He might this game. In fact, it looks like he is. Oh boy.
We haven't had a Zerg that just does this consistently.
Yeah.
This is kind of a weird mind game thing, guys, where like it's not a build. This build that Zerg's doing, how do I
command
say
center
this?
first,
You're
man.
not, no, but the Zerg's doing the, yeah, it is command center first, so this is going to work. Basically, you're not supposed to do this over and over and over again, because if Terran knows you do this over and over and over again, they just hard counter it and get ahead. But what's funny is in this group, he just keeps doing it because the Terrans are seeing it. Like, well, he did that once, all right, he's not going to do it again. And in fact, because of that, KeeN's saying, well, all right, because you did this, now I can, you played that card. Now it's my turn. I know that you're probably going to hatch first this time. So I'm going to do it. I hope I'm making sense to you guys at home, because this is like really complicated, but it's smart. It's really smart what RorO's doing. And I guarantee you he won't do this, or at least this much, if he makes it to round of 16.
Well, you know, lucky for KeeN with this type of wall in, there's not a ton of surface area for him to work with really on anything. That's like a pretty optimal wall in for KeeN here.
Oh,
so.
he missed the, seeing the Lings come too.
He did.
Now, if he gets that SCV making the barracks, occasionally we actually, it's dumb luck, but the SCV pops out like it just did right now. That one's going to die.
Yeah, that's a very annoying situation.
Yeah.
And he pops right out again. Look at that.
Oh, that's annoying.
And the other one popped out. What is this, StarCraft 1? What the hell? StarCraft 1, you get one Zealot up at my wall, and I just lose like 8 SCVs in a row. That's what it's looking like.
And the SCV's like, well, just mosey on over. Ah, it just dies.
Well, this has actually been much more effective than you would think.
This is much more effective than your average 10 pool.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, this is like what he wanted it to do against Marine King, you know? Something like
wow,
this.
He's
making
really
a lot of
mining
mining time.
And basically, he has to keep preparing here.
He actually just dropped a mule right there.
Oh, that's not intentional. Oh my God, he's actually going to get the depot?
Are you joking?
What?
Nope, he's not. Wow, that was close though. He actually almost lost that. That went so unbelievably low. Good thing he had another SCV there. At first, I'd be like,
my depot actually went down there. If I was throwing my headset off and walked out, I would just lose it.
You know, back when the beta came out, I was being rushed up my ramp, beta for Wings of Liberty years ago.
That's what everybody's doing in the beta.
Yeah, someone was rushing up my ramp, and I was repairing my depot. I thought it was so smart. I dropped a call-down supply on it because I assumed anything that would give your depot more supply would also give it more hit points. And they just killed it. I'm like,
oh.
What? I think that'd be a cool way to mess with people, though. If you can drop supplies on to give it like 20 more hit points.
This is the new like form of trash talk. Instead of dancing, you build a depot in their base where you're killing, then you land a supply on it, and then you kill it.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
It's a good way to talk trash right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, KeeN's not dead yet, but this is not actually that different from the first game where KeeN's, well, first game KeeN actually deflected that build, but then made a few mistakes shortly after that. They put it behind. This time the build worked against KeeN, so he's already starting from a deficit. Yeah.
But he's going right up to starport. I wonder what this is for. I guess he's doing a Hellion drop, actually, because he hasn't started any tech lab. Yeah, it has to be a Hellion drop, right? There's an Overlord trying to sneak in.
And its Overlord's not going to get a glimpse of what's going on. In fact, it could get killed if he micros just right. Yep.
All right, well, we have a Roach Horn on the way. And you know what? Is he going to go Nidus Roach? He might. He might go Nidus Roach.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, actually, I think he could. I mean, look, he's done enough damage.
He might actually just do like a Roach attack as well because he starts speed before the layer, so I guess it's probably just that. But
well, I mean, look, he's hurt him enough. And RorO still has, if RorO loses this somehow, he still has another map that's his pick, which is probably where we'll see his best TVZ. So, I mean, you might as well just try to finish him now.
Yeah. Now, these Roaches are obviously going to go across for an attack, but you know what? This is a really weird, almost base tradey type of scenario where they're both going to deal a lot of damage to each other, likely.
And that can go a lot of different ways. I mean, remember, we got a medevac, even some SCVs with those Hellions.
Yeah.
You can keep repairing and healing. The Roaches are pretty tanky. So
yeah, they are. The Hellions going around to the third, and uh-oh, tasteless. The Roaches are going to go after there, and DJ KeeN is dropping the base.
So he's got a Marines coming in here now, and you know, he's Gonna lose that queen, but he really didn't get the number of drones he would have wanted to get. Roaches drive him out. He didn't get a single drone, did he?
I think he got one. He's killed a total of 2 drones now. No, I guess he got 2 there. I can't think of another time he lost a drone, so.
All right, well, Keen's, what we thought was going to do a lot more damage, actually proved to be pretty unimpressive.
Yeah, you know,
it was pretty impotent.
It's funny because you want to keep the medevac with the Marines because it heals them and gives them a lot of power. But at the same time, let's say it sent the Marines to draw the roaches up to the 3rd. Maybe the Hellions could have killed a lot more drones.
That is true.
It's hard to say, though, with this SimCity and the way the Queens were. I'm not sure exactly how many he could have gotten, but, you know, Keen's throwing in some builds you don't see as much in this matchup. Like, that's normally something done a little bit more in TVT and TVP.
Yeah.
But I like him trying stuff like this, at least. Makes it more interesting for the casters.
He's going... Well, guys, speaking from being a caster, I would say that is probably one of the more enjoyable things you cast in a game.
I like your using your Adabisi voice for the caster.
Yeah, man.
If you guys don't know what Adabisi, the Great Observer, sounds like, that's what it sounds like.
Well, that's what my made up in my head.
That's what it sounds like, man.
Adabisi, you guys, professional StarCraft observer.
So funny. Well, is Viking going to clean up some Overlords here?
I only tease those I love. Well, we got the Overseer in here, looking around, and he sees everything. He's basically quit microing that. He's like, all right, I got it. You know, the Overseer death scene is much more violent than the Overlord.
Is it?
It is.
I never really paid a lot of attention to that, to be honest.
That's actually what's funny about StarCraft is there's things that you won't notice.
Yeah, there's stuff that I just never noticed, like the flag on top of that watchtower. Like I had no idea there's a flag on top of the watchtower.
What's in the Infestor's portrait? I never actually like...
I know that Infestor's portrait was actually, it caught me off guard because I didn't think it would look like that because I never look at them. But
like now that I think about it, like I can't call it up in my memory. You know what I mean? Because it's like I actually do not care about the portrait because I play competitively.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of people may turn that off or, you know, freeze it at least.
These could all just be Legos to me, guys, like Lego Wars, you know?
They could all just be, like, numbers and letters on the screen.
StarCraft
could be text-based, and I would still
I would still play text-based StarCraft.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be great.
Oh, my God, it'd be amazing.
Well, the 3rd base has been acquired here. Keen is powering up. Note the supplies are basically the same here. Well, they were before that attack, but they're pretty much even. So 2 gases are being taken. He has already cleaned up the creep over there. Looks like he's going to try to see if he can't deny it again, and he will not be able to.
Well, you know, we do have some infestors popping out. A lot more command centers on the way for Keen, which is pretty neat. He's actually going up to 5 command centers, which... yeah, I mean, that's not something I expected to see out of him here. But it's certainly going to help with his SCVs, with his mules. You think he's going to take a really quick 4th here? Because, you know what, that would be a very interesting move, because he's built one in a location where he could go and take a quick 4th. Because a lot of times what Terrans do is focus on pushing out and hitting kind of before the hive tech is all in play.
You know, he could.
But Keen instead takes a 4th and just says, oh, I'm going to play that big macro game again, but on an easier map. For it, then win.
I feel like if Terran actually, if the Terran just takes that 4th base, it's closer to the center, they can wait it out. Because guess what? Like, if you take that and you could just, I mean, because you probably lose the bottom right expansion a few times, but Zerga's going to be the first on this map to run out of money. Always.
That is true.
Always the Zerg will run out of money first, which means that if you defend and turtle it out, it seems like Keen's kind of like Supernova in this way, but you're just really okay with turtling, going into late game solid.
Sure.
He might be planning on carrying that into something where he's like, well, the left side of the map dries up first, and if I keep, if I basically don't lose, not lose, if I don't die, you're gonna the Zerg will be so poor he won't have any capital to do anything.
Yeah, well, once he gets the right unit composition out, that's going to be the case, and this is kind of interesting. The Spire was a little bit late. And the Ultros Cavern's starting now. So Broodlords aren't coming quite as quickly as they could have, which is going to allow him to stabilize a bit more, to get his max, to get his 2-2 finish before anything really happens. And those are all really good things for him. The other thing that he really needs to do, though, is add some starports.
All right, he's moving in here now. Let's see if I was right with what I'm predicting him to do. He might just be cleaning up the creep.
I think he is definitely going to push a little bit more forward. He's got the watchtower.
He's going to try to poke that base. Nope, nice. Okay, so he's saying, all right, he's probably going to counter me.
Whoa! KeeN's like, it worked against MVP. Why not RorO?
That was...
Well, it's a different matchup, KeeN, but okay, let's see.
I'm surprised he picked up the tanks. That's actually...
Well, I think he's trying to snipe infestors or something. And here we go. And...
Yeah, he sniped one infestor. Is he going to get another one? Well, that wasn't worth it.
Well, at the same time, he has a lot of units moving up here. Maybe he can hit another base, draws everything into the main base, and attacks somewhere else. KeeN losing a lot of units, but his production is pretty good right now. I know, you know what? He's not going to kill a base. He lost a lot of units and a lot of medevacs for that. I don't know if I like that.
I didn't like it. Well, I'm glad I got to see it, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm glad he did it.
Like, now we know,
we need people trying things like this, but I'm not so certain. You know, I think...
Well, the thing is, I get the idea of, like, okay, if I get the siege tanks up here, they can just shoot down infestors, but the lings are faster than infestors, and they just get in front of the tanks and kill it.
RorO...
He could have actually just killed that with his lings.
RorO reacted very well there. Oh, we have a lot of Banes, a lot of Ultras on the way as well. 3-3 on the way for both players. Chitinous plating coming.
And I think Zerg wants to counterattack here and says, all right, if you push my base, I'm going to take out your fourth.
Yeah, he can lose this base in the middle because he does have that top base, but he does need to kill a base of KeeN because KeeN's economy is insane. So actually, he's going to do a flank, or he's trying to.
Well, he's trying to with a flank.
It's not really working, yeah. I mean, his attack may work with the flank getting hit.
He could actually, if he has to use all the banelings on the planetary.
Yeah, he can just right-click and kill that, and...
Nice.
Thank God for those ultras, right?
Yeah, right.
That almost didn't work. If he had saved that, we could do a quick camera shot of RorO, and there would be a single purple tear coming down his cheek. All right. At least he has that extra command center he can easily float down. But he may want a planetary there, and he actually already started another command to take his fifth with. So he may just transfer that here and make a planetary, because I think the planetary is a good choice for him to use here, because this is obviously going to be a very long and drawn-out game. So putting an orbital there, I don't like as much. You know, an orbital might be better if RorO's a bit further ahead, as funny as that sounds, because then he can lift it against Banelings.
No, that's funny about the orbital is you think planetaries are only for when you're behind, but on this map, it's actually if you're super behind.
I think it's better even here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. That's actually really weird to think about.
It is. So, I would actually think it'd be better to have another planetary next to the orbital. You have the orbital to mine, and you have a planetary fortress to help defend the orbital. Because the planetary is nice. It's just this big static thing that you can't really kill.
Well, we have a lot of ultras right now. We're about to have 9 and a lot of banelings as well. And he's actually, KeeN is focusing quite heavily now on his switch into Vikings. He doesn't have a lot yet though, so it's not going to super affect this next battle. But he's getting ready for the transition. Once these ultras die, the transition is likely to follow. So if he doesn't show the Vikings, he'll actually be in a very nice spot. Because if he does show like a lot of Vikings, then
we got a huge attack coming up here.
Here we go.
Oh, that seems... Oh, wow. Okay, he's trying to hit from all these different angles, but it's kind of messing up. That was a huge failed attack here by our Zerg player.
Yes, that was.
He totally messed up. At first I was like, what? I'm like, is he sending 3 ultras and 2 infestors? Then these legs came down, but the ultras are already dead. I'm like, okay.
You know what I'll talk about it in a second, because KeeN is pushing forward now, and this is a good time because ultras are building as well as corruptors. Looks like we will have a little bit of a tech switch, but not a complete one. And if he takes out that base, that's actually great. Oh, he has a transfuse, very nice. He saves it for now. KeeN needs to reinforce his push. It's actually not big enough to deal with the army of RorO.
Oh, he should have sniped that hatch. He could have had that.
Yeah,
trade a few marauders for a hatch.
Low. And look at the banks right now. KeeN actually has a much bigger bank. A lot of banelings on the way. Oh, God.
All right, trying to get rid of some SCVs here. There are no lings with this army, and Ultras suck by themselves.
Oh, the SCVs actually stopped that Ultra from leaving.
Good work, SCVs.
It's a powerful kill, SCVs.
Yeah.
You totally have these.
You guys really stepped it up. Most of the time you just bring us minerals, but you know, that time you really, came through, you know.
That was a solid assist, man. But rare is the day where an SCV gets a triple-double.
This is true. That's life, Artosis.
That's the way it is, man.
Yeah.
Support players like SCVs don't always get all the fame, but they're important.
They are. Well, I think we have another scan up here. And I notice both these guys have enough money they can remake their armies if they lose them.
Yeah. Definitely a much bigger bank for KeeN. But don't forget that RorO can make his army quicker because of the larva. KeeN is playing just so fantastically here, Tasteless.
Okay, he's starting to push him back here. Yeah, actually, they both are playing really well.
Yeah.
I mean, minus that one attack by RorO.
Well, the one thing that I really don't like by RorO is he's not thinking outside the box here, really. He's not doing anything overly creative. I'd love to see something like upgrade drops, hit the main, because KeeN is so focused in the center that if he could get anything anywhere else, whether through Nidus or drops or anything like that, which I don't normally suggest, but just the way KeeN is playing, he's so front where he's
I'd say,
like
yeah,
playing this
Nidus we can
direct
go back and
macro.
Yeah, I'd say Nidus we can go back and actually defend. Okay, this is a bold move.
This is a bold move.
This strategy is made of balls.
Well, so is KeeN, Tasteless.
Yes.
In fact, he's Vector Man. Now, let's see if he can actually get anything done here.
He's Vector Man?
Yeah, dude.
That is an old school reference.
All right, here we go. This is a huge amount of units coming in. In the meantime, KeeN is going through the center of the map. He's definitely going to lose this army. But can he do something with his other army in the middle?
And he's pushed up there. The answer is no, he cannot. He just cannot break RorO. Row your boat.
Yeah.
Over the Tarantine. I don't know. I don't know, guys.
I was going to sing those exact
It's
same
4 hours, 20 minutes now, guys. The point where my brain breaks. Like,
yeah. See, KeeN took some major risks there, but he has a big enough economy that that's not actually game ending. Yep. A lot of the times that'll be game ending because KeeN won't be able to remax.
But yeah, he
remaxes
that.
in like
no
3
problem.
rounds.
Yeah.
2 to 3 rounds.
Well,
he doesn't actually have that much production facility, so it's taking him a bit longer, but he'll totally be maxed in a moment.
It's interesting we haven't seen a ton of spine crawlers like we see with Symbol.
Yeah.
I would expect RorO would eventually be like, okay, well, this is the part of the game where I get a ton of spine crawlers, and you can't attack me.
Yeah.
You just actually cannot attack me.
It's a good
impossible.
point, man.
But it feels like that's something that he just doesn't seem to have.
You know, it would be good to even bring with his army, but he's focusing on ultras as like his beat units under his broods when he does make them, and it's not that many broods. This is like a really weird composition that we see from RorO. It's not very popular, but we'll see if he can get it to work. He's got a lot of queens mixed in here now. For the most part, his ultras are just taking some damage. Ooh, picks off.
God, I was actually not expecting that to happen. He's closing in.
Oh my God,
10,
sick bungles on these medevacs.
Hold on.
I'm not so sure. This is so many ultras.
This is actually too many ultras.
He's actually got a nice choke point up there in the planetary single life for a bit. It does get taken down, but a lot of Marauders coming down, and he had enough Vikings to remove most of the Brood Lords.
He continues to move forward here.
His Marauders.
No, don't land those. No. Why would you land those Vikings? All right, that's. Granted, he was probably already dead after this attack.
Well, you know what? That time it actually helped a little bit. It drew those Ultralists away, which gave him some time to deal some more damage with his Marauders and Marines. And now he actually is going to kill off all these Queens and Ultras.
Now look at the supplies, guys. It's 118 to 184.
That's right, and the bank of KeeN is basically spent here. And more Ultras on the way. So if KeeN continues and he's scanning to see what units are reinforcing, if he sees Corruptors there, he's going to go into Vikings. But instead, he needs to stay on Marines and Marauders for the most part. And right now, there's only one Infestor. So if he actually goes pure Marine Marauder, he doesn't even really need... Well, he needs some Siege Tanks to help with Banelings, but overall, Marauders are the most important part. He actually still has chances in this game.
Oh, no! This is not good. All right, Planetary's gone.
Fantastic move.
Yeah, that was a really well-timed attack because things are getting pretty sparse up in the rest of the turn space.
This is what we were talking about with being behind and wanting to go
orbital. Yeah, because he can lift off the orbital.
Yeah, because the head circle will just do that. Anyways, this is a lot of Ultras. He has to micro very well. There is a fungal sitting around waiting to strike, and he does get a beautiful fungal off on a lot of those units. KeeN continue to micro behind these mineral patches, still doing a lot of damage here. More Marines and Marauders being pumped out. The Ultras do have to run away, and he's still making more Ultras. So he's actually, KeeN's still having a small chance, but he's going to have to start mining from his 5th base. He has to reply another command center there.
All right.
Look at this, man. Just you be so cost effective when they don't have infestors.
Yeah, this is exactly why you got to think of Ultimates almost like a support unit.
This is RorO getting a little bit lazy, and in fact a little bit too cocky. I mean, obviously he's still far ahead, but he is getting cocky. Like burrow, unburrow. Why is he doing that right now?
Yeah, why are you wasting your actions?
His bank is gone. Yeah, he's 170, but KeeN has a decent composition against what he's fighting. If he loses this, man, I'm his coach. He's doing dishes for the rest of the week. And, well, it doesn't matter because that's a lot of
it does not matter. He won't be doing those dishes.
No, I guess he won't be.
All right. And then from there, the orbital's exposed.
Yeah.
So he just goes in and
not
takes
enough fun for KeeN. KeeN played really, really well in this group, but he will not be staying.
All right.
Do you see how they throw their hair as they unburrow?
Yeah, they do. Now watch this, yeah.
See that?
Whoa, yeah.
Show offs. Like your hair isn't even hair, Ultralist. That's just part of your head.
You know, a rhinoceros' horn is hair.
It's modified hair.
Modified hair.
It's true.
Bet you guys didn't know that.
I knew.
Somebody works at a zoo is like, I knew that already.
Wow, if he works at a zoo, that's a great job. But it looks like this is the end of KeeN Tasteless.
It should be it, guys.
He will be falling
GG
to Code A. He will be going down to the realm of Wolf and Kaldor.
Yep.
Whereas RorO will, in fact, be moving on yet another
story continues on here for RorO. Oh, man, that Ultra got shot in the face. And, you know, look, RorO can remake his army so easily here. There's almost no minerals left in any of these. Well, I mean, there's actually that base that he has that we keep shots of that's been attacked. There's only thing left, and that's almost.
KeeN is a billion% done.
Billion%? That's pretty high.
Billion%. Nobody could ever come back from this. Not even Nesty. Yeah.
GG. Okay. Wait for that one. All right.
And RorO very happy with that victory. Played a very good game, man. He really did. Funny unit compositions, kind of, with the smattering of Broodlords floating over his Ultras. But, you know, they do add quite a bit.
I wonder how far RorO can go.
He can go to the top, perhaps.
Wow, look at KeeN, man.
Well, this is frustrating. He drops down to Code A. You know, KeeN is getting better and better, but it seems like everyone's just staying a little bit ahead of him. And he's not able to do something like a top 4 in the GSL.
Yeah. I hope KeeN comes back, though. I think he will.
He's someone that you can't get rid of. Kid's got snake blood, Tasteless.
He does. He's got tiger blood or whatever.
He is basically gum in your hair. Unless we cut KeeN out of the GSL, he will always be there.
Gum in the hair. I like that. That's what happens to me.
That's right. All right, Marine King and RorO are our two players that advance. MVP and KeeN, they're out of here.
Can't believe MVP's out.
Last place.
But that's the nature of competition.
Yes.
You know. He just, it wasn't his day.
It's the nature of the GSL. It's so ridiculously hard that the most accomplished player of all time falls out.
Yeah. In round of 32, not even like round of 8 or something, where I'm like, what are you going to do? You had to face MC, and that's another champion or something.
All right, Tasteless. Tomorrow, Nesty plays a bunch of scrubs.
We got Sulky, Noblesse, Nesty, and Teja.
Haven't even heard of any of them. No, it's actually a fantastic group. Noblesse is back. That's going to be some fun.
We haven't casted his games in a while.
Very young, very talented kid, but it seems like he's overshadowed in this group. Sulky, one of the best cast reserves. Of course, Teja, this guy has won so much recently. But Nesty, he's back for Blood, Tasteless. He needs another GSL
Will
victory.
he win this GSL, or will he at least whip the round of 16? Or will he go the way of MVP? They get knocked down. Code A, we're going to see.
Yes. Well, I guess that just about does it. By the way, here's the Code A preliminaries who made it through today. True made it through out of a very stacked group, Tasteless. A very stacked group indeed with Artosis and many other good players. Seed made it through. Labyrinth. Wow, that's actually very interesting. S2. We have Lure, Shine, and that is actually the Shine from Samsung.
Yep.
The 2-hatch Mutazerg from StarCraft 1.
Revival.
Yeah, Revival made it through. The old TSL player now on EG. We have HS making it through. He's the one that knocked out Bisu, actually. We have Alive making it through, finally, once again. And, of course, SKT1 Rain. That is a sick group of players indeed.
And by the way, Artosis, I really, again, commend you for giving it a shot.
Well, I went 0-2. Anyone could have done that, too. So it's not really that impressive. But
yeah, no, you know, that's
you're very
that's
kind
cool.
to me. You're very
I'm
loving.
just such a good friend.
I'm going to give you a hug later.
All right, cool.
So that's just about it, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the group selection will be this weekend. Make sure you come back tomorrow. Today. Follow us on Twitter. I'm Artosis. He's Call Me Tasteless. State of the Game is back. I'll be doing that tomorrow at noon my time. Figure that out for yourselves.
Korean Standard Time.
Yeah.
There are websites that can help you with that. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Definitely tune in for tomorrow. I think it's going to be awesome. And